You're watching or listening to the Taylor's newsletter, The Obvious Choice, for Friday, the 9th of August, read by me, Stephen Lewis. You can get your copy directly to your inbox from taylist.agency/newsletter. All links are in the show notes. Pork bellies and you. Driving out of a tunnel, I remember. Why I remember I was driving out of a Sydney tunnel while having this phone conversation, I don't know. I can tell you why the conversation stuck. It stuck because it was the worst version of a conversation I've been having for my whole career as a writer. The conversation was about Taylist's word rate, how much we would charge for each word we wrote for a client. I was telling the person on the phone that Taylist doesn't charge by the word for reasons I won't bore you with, but that are explained here. This was frustrating to the caller, who had obviously been researching word rates for a while. His tone was getting more frantic with each example he threw out. I can get this written in Singapore for X cents a word. I remember he played Singapore as his trump card because it's usually the Philippines that we're supposed to be competing with. Eventually, I said to him that words are not like pork bellies. Words are not a commodity that could be traded on an international market because all words are the same. Copywriters aren't bobbing for apples in the dictionary. Even before a copywriter reaches for their bag of words, there's a question of how well they understand and can channel the chemistry of your business, your competitors, and your clients. Why am I telling you this? Because you might recognize your own business in the story. You might be familiar with clients who think all accountants, dentists, coaches, lawyers, marketers can be treated like pork bellies. To these clients, one sack of accountants must be much like another sack of accountants, so all accountants should cost the same. But you are not a commodity. And as we end the week, this is the thought I wanted to leave you with my fist pumping in the air like an attendee at a Tony Robbins rally. It can be hard to hold on to the idea that you're not a commodity when you're faced every day with clients quoting you the price of getting their taxes done in northern Chile, or how some guy they know paid some guy you don't know to do some work that got some results that aren't clear. But anyway, that guy who did that thing was like you, so you should charge the same or maybe a bit less. I can tell you you're different from your competition, and I can say that with my hand on my heart based on my 30 years of experience. Over those years, I've written for all manner of practitioners in all manner of businesses, including businesses where clients are particularly prone to thinking every practitioner will be much the same. And I'm here to tell you that I've never failed to find a striking and genuine difference. In fact, that's often my favorite part of the job, to reflect the difference to a client who's beaming because they've been worn down by the constant suggestion that they're no different from anyone else, so they should compete for every job on price. What we're presenting to them, before we've even written a word, is the story they'll first tell themselves to heal their confidence. After that, they'll tell their clients the story, not just in their marketing, but in their presentations and sales calls. They'll even tell it in their body language. And that story will elevate them above the commodity question forever. Do you want to be able to tell that kind of story for you? Next week, I'll show you how we put together those stories for clients. You'll have the whole formula that we follow and that we've trained other copywriters to follow. You'll be able to follow the process quickly and have the story that you can take confidently into your marketing and every client interaction. The story that reminds them and you that you're not a commodity. You'll have to act fast because the 90-minute masterclass is live. It's next week and it's about you. Yes, you, how to convince and convert high-value clients with magnetic messaging. Click the link, fill in your details, and lock in your spot. In those couple of minutes, you'll have put yourself on the road to never having the commodity conversation again. Stephen. P.S. I'm not kidding about never having that conversation again. That call in the tunnel was the final straw for me, and it's what spurred me to do for Tailist what we've been doing all along for our clients. Since then, no more pork belly conversations. You've been watching or listening to The Obvious Choice, the Tailist newsletter for Friday, the 9th of August, read by me, Stephen Lewis. Get your copy directly to your inbox from tailist.agency/newsletter. All links are in the show notes.